what again? Say what again? I dare you. I dare you. Dare you, motherfucker. Say
Yo, what's up, everybody? It is your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, back with another video. Today I'm gonna be breaking down this lo-fi beat that I made not too long ago with a sample. So yeah, my first lo-fi beat with a sample. A lot of you guys loved the beat, said it was really dope, and really wanted me to do a breakdown, even though this is a beat for myself and the upcoming song that I just dropped. I just finished recording not too long ago, and I'm actually in the mixing and mastering process of it right now. So I'm just gonna break down the beat and show you guys how I made it and the idea behind it, and just how to get that kind of fucked up lo-fi sound. So we're gonna start with the sample pretty much. So we go to Edison. You will see I'm using this sample. I can't. What's the name of this damn song? Because a lot of you guys been asking me. A lot of you guys know what it is. A lot of you guys already know what it is. It's fucking, here it is. It's called Almost Hit. It's called Almost Blue by Chet Barker. A lot of people been commenting, oh, this sample's been used so much by so many people, blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, if it sounds good, I'm going to sample it. I don't care who sampled it before me or how many people sampled it. If I can sample it in my own unique way and make my own style of beat for my, my way, I'm going to sample it. I don't care if it's the most generic sample that, is obvious that everybody use. Everybody's going to chop it up. Everybody's going to make a beat their own way. At the end of the day, a lot of you guys are making fucking tight beats all the fucking same. So nobody says nothing about that, right? All right, then. So with that being said, move on. So I pretty much found 3 parts. I got the intro part first, which was, like the main piano part. So as you can hear. The main intro part. Then we transition to like the part where actually, after the intro, it's just like this little loop part. So I got me a little 8-bar loop. I made a video on how I sampled, so you can definitely check out my sample video if you want to see, how I sample and stuff. I'm not going over how I sample, but yeah, I just found this little loop. So very simple there. And that just kind of loops over and over, because lo-fi, it's not really about trying to be all crazy complex. It's really simple. And then I took another chop, and it's just like these little like end of the bar type of hit sound. So as I play it, so it goes. And I picked another one that goes right here. So every other bar, it kind of changes up. As you can hear, it's gonna be a different hit right here. So it gives it a little bit of a ride and a little bit of change up, but I still want to keep it kind of, very repetitive driven kind of, because that's the style I was going for. I wanted to be that very just kind of, you just chill and listen to this type of beat, not no crazy complex sample beat. It's a very chill, relaxing type of lo-fi track. So yeah, that's how I got that right there. Then we move on to the percussions next, because that's what really gets it dope. So I used the No More Poopy sample drums from Epic the Don. I don't know if it's still on his website, but a while back he released a free drum kit of some dope ass kind of old school boom bap sample type hip hop drums, and I just used those because they really sound good and they have that crispness to it. So I'll go into what I did to the actual sample. Oh, actually, let me go back to the. I don't think I did nothing to the sample. No, I didn't do nothing to the sample, but some side chaining with the kick drum. So, all right, so here's the kick drum. Now you're probably thinking like, okay, what you got going on with that kick slip? That's the master channel. So I'm gonna turn off the master delay because I do have a delay. I'll go to my process on my master channel soon. But the kick is just like a BS fruity limit kick, fruity compressor. I wanted some bullshit ass, you know, sound to it. They say this is lo-fi, low fidelity, meaning you want it to be the worst quality as possible. So you don't want it to be all fucking, you know, crazy. You know, you want to be simple and degraded and sound like shit. Cause that's what lo-fi is. It sounds like shit, but it's dope. So I use a preset called Complete Master. Without it, it sounds like this. Add it on there. Just adds a little bit of punch to it. Then I use the virtual mix rack, and I'm using a distortion, a saturation plugin, the New York modules, and this gives some little crunch. So. Like, listen to it on good headphones, your speakers, you can hear like the punching and everything. And I'm just driving it really hard and bringing down the mix to kind of, you know, because with all the mix all the way up, it sounds like that. And we don't want that. We want to be just give it a little bit of crispness on top. Just help it cut through the mix a little bit. Next up is the snare. The snare is just a basic snare, nothing going on there. You know, let me turn off the master reverb too, so you can hear like the complete dry signal. Anything else that's on there? Got a bunch of crap going on in the processing, so we'll just turn all the processing off. Keep it simple. Yeah. So that's what it originally sounds like. And the kick drum. The processing really gives it that edge. Next we've got a simple hi-hat. Got some I didn't got a delay to. I did shift the time a little bit. But yeah, just a little delay, so. You know, simple right there. Next up, I use a perk, you know. And it's a very kind of ugly sounding perk, but I mean, within the mix, it sounds really damn good. Really, really damn good. I don't know why that's on there. Okay, and then I got a little fruity reverb too on it. We just got count some space, you know, give it a little bit of space. Without it, it's just kind of dry. Sounds like shit without it. And I let that little click out there. I could have just, you know, got rid of the little ending click on the perk, but I decided not to because I thought it just kind of add to the sound because there's like a little bit of click right there. You see, I could have just, you know, kind of boom, got it rid of it. But I said I'm gonna leave it in there because that kind of, you know, gives it that more lo-fi fucked up sound, you know, I was going for. And then I use another percussion that sounds like a paper. I sent them on my homeboy. He said it sounds like a fucking paper bag opening. So I don't know though. But it's like a shaker, some kind of shaker, you know. So that's pretty cool there. And then all the percussion together, that's what you get when you put all the percussion lines. Kind of switch out. There we go. Boop. And like I said, I time shift a lot of these sounds to kind of just give it that kind of boom bap feeling, kind of like offbeat, you know, quantized sound. It ain't perfect. Like I said, I'm not, you know, still quantized, but everything's time shift different intervals to kind of give it that kind of live feel. And then a lot of the velocities, as you can see, are like just all over the place. Like if you go to different velocities, like especially like the hi-hats, I mess with the velocities a lot to kind of give it that kind of, you know, that bouncy feeling to it. So yeah, mess with your velocities and mess with your timing of your stuff, aligning them, and that will give it a more, you know, bappy feel. Next up, I got this rain sample. You know, it adds ambience to the whole track. So if you play that, like you play the rain sample with the actual sample, it just sounds dope as shit. I mean, it just sounds amazing. Like, let's say you go on the internet, go to YouTube, type in raindrops, rain sample. They should have a bunch of them. Just get one, and there you go. Next up, I use a serum bass, sub 808, because I didn't want to use a live bass because I'm just not a fan of live basses too much. So I just use a sub bass, and I just use a very derivative kind of sound. Let's go to us. Gotta bring it up. So it's just a regular sine bass. So do you want to play, my bro? There we go. Very simple sine bass, nothing special there. And it is side chained to the kick drum. So if I play all the percussion, you will hear it being side chained. And then also I have the side chain going on to the actual sample as well, because, you know, that just kind of give it that bounce. So if you go to the sample part, got a side chain as well. So everything's ducking with the kick drum. So that just added, and that's pretty much the main beat right there. And then after that, the beat's pretty much done. That was really the processing part. Also, I added this Pulp Fiction sample. If you ever seen Pulp Fiction, one of my favorite movies by Quentin Tarantino, there's a part where Samuel Jackson and John Travolta are interrogating this guy, and he keeps saying what, and Samuel Jackson goes crazy. So I took that sample and actually put it in the where is it at? Gotta find it real quick because it's here, but it's not. I actually put it inside of the scratcher, the FL Scratch. So if you go to FL, and then it's one of the old legacy plugins. Shit, where's it at? Fruity Scratcher. I actually put it in Fruity Scratcher. What you would do, you would add it to the playlist, and then you would make it a unique, or you would just add to the playlist. You would double click on the actual, like, whatever it is, your rapper. Where is it? Where's Scratch it? Where the fuck Scratch go? There you go. Fruity Scratch. No Fruity Scratch. God damn it. Show you guys how to do some DJ scratching. And you just drag it in there. And now when you press play, you know, there's of course better ways to do some, you know, scratches. You know, that's just how I did it. You can use gross beats, or you can use, you know, actual tape. You can find like DJ scratching samples, but that's how I did it, and I came up with this right here. Gotta mute these too. I'll show you why. Fucked up. Sorry about that. That ear rape. And then I just took a certain chops here and there throughout that, and I just copied them and put them in random places, so I just have like a little frick, you know, sound kind of. You know, just kind of, you know, give it a little bit of flavor. So that's the beat right there. Now it comes to the fun part, actually making it lo-fi. Now, this master chain is fucking ridiculous. So yeah, it's crazy. Now these plugins, 2-rack plugins, aren't doing nothing, but all these plugins are on process. So first I start off with a EQ, and I'm trying to make it sound more lo-fi. So what I'm doing is pushing more of the highs and the mids into it. So I'm pushing more high mids into it, and I'm kind of taking out a little bit of lows, but I'm boosting a little bit of the low mids too, to kind of give it that kind of, you know, tape age, that kind of age sound when you get cassettes. You know, old vintage stuff is more high frequency based anyway. So you play it. See, it just sounds more crispy now. And then Sound Goodizer, had to use Sound Goodizer for this one. I got it on the B preset, and I got it cranked to the fucking max, and it just sounds, like dope. It's dope right now. And then I play that. the song is starting to get broken down, kind of starting to sound really low quality. That's what we're going for. We're trying to fuck the sound up. You know, we're trying to make it as low fidelity as possible. Next is that secret sauce, that secret VST that, you know, not many people know about. A lot of you might know about it, but this is probably the best, one of the best lo-fi plugins. It's in Reactor 6, so you got to actually buy Reactor 6 in order to get it. It's a free plugin once you buy Reactor 6 for $100. It's called VHS, and it is simply, hands down, my favorite lo-fi plugin. I'm doing a video about lo-fi plugins, and this is, I'm telling you, this is going to be near the top. It's definitely one of the dopest. It just adds that old school VHS 80s type of 70s vibe to it. And it got a bunch of presets to it. As you can see, I just did my own preset. I don't do presets. I just mess around with all these controls. It has everything from wild flutter to shaping to noise, hiss. You can do chorus, mono. You can actually emulate different microphones. It's dope. I'm just gonna play it. You hear what it sounds like, and you know, determine yourself. So. So I'm doing a lot of like saturation, hiss, and stuff like that, and I had some wild and flutter too a little bit. You can hear it like in this part, I think right here you can actually hear the wow, it kind of going out of tune a little bit. So this is different. Like, listen to this part right here. Here. It just it just kind of go out of tune just a little bit, not a whole lot. If I crank it up, you'll definitely hear it. Like if I crank the wow and flutter up, the warp, I mean. Heard it. So yeah, that's, you know, it's doing just a little bit of that to kind of add a little bit of flavor to it. Next I'm adding a vintage delay, just kind of add some add just a little bit of delay to the overall sound. So this is different.
What again?
And it's got a little echo to it. Just, you know, just kind of, you know, cause like an old school cassette tape delay type of thing. Just something cool like that, you know. And I use repeater because it's my favorite delay. If I don't use this one, I'll use Echo Boy, but repeater is probably my favorite delay because it has some great actual algorithms and stuff. And it's easy to use too. And I like the sound of it. It has an analog feel. So you can do like an analog sound to it. And you can just do some crazy stuff and got all the parameters. I'll do a video on it later. And I added on the vintage delay because, like I said, I want that more old school sound. So I just kind of put everything in the room in the space, and it just kind of made everything a little bit bigger sounding. So. I'm only using about 4% on the delay and reverb because I want too much, but I just wanted some there just to kind of, you know, kind of tie it together and just give it some space and some room. And then I'm using the K clip, you know, to drive it into my limiter, which is the Ozone 7. I'm using Ozone 7, and I'm just doing a little bit of, you know, a little bit of ceiling, a little bit of threshold, but I'm using most of the gain is through my K clip. So I turn K clip off.
What again?
And it's already plenty loud because of the way I mixed it, because I said I didn't want to go for a perfect mix. So yeah, like I said, it's lo-fi. You want to make it sound like shit. And then that's pretty much it. The beat's done. You probably wonder, what are these two tracks? Now, these two tracks are actually me sending the output of my interface back into Edison. So I'm actually recording using Edison, as you can see. I'm using Edison to actually record the output, the master channel, back into Edison. And what that's doing is sending the analog signal out, going back into analog preamps of my Focusrite interface. And yeah, I'm just using that, and that's kind of it's gonna break down the sound. It's gonna saturate it a little bit. It's just doing it. It's called summing, where basically you take a mix out of the DAW and throw it through some preamps or transformers or tubes or whatever, and then record it back in, and it just gives it kind of a flavor of warmth, whatever. And to me, it broke down the sound a little bit more, and it made it sound more lo-fi. So I'll play you guys the actual, like, I'll play I'll just delete this one probably. Yeah, I'll delete that one, and I'll play you this way, and then I'll play you that way. So all right, so you'll hear this is the regular mix. Oh, gotta turn off the master effects. Forgot. And now this is the version that I summed back into the DAW. Now it has a lot more, the bass seems to get a little bit more fuller and a little bit more wobbly. The top end's a lot more crisp, and it has a lot more high mids into it. Cause I said these ain't the best preamps through Focusrite, but I mean, like I said, it gives it more of a low quality sound. That's what I was going for. You know, it's lo-fi. So you ain't gotta do that. You can be perfectly fine with just, you know, having just this right here and then having your master fader. That's cool, but, you know, I want to take it that extra step, you know, like recording it to a cassette tape or whatever. I wanted that extra step in the process. So, yeah, that's my lo-fi beat. Very simple beat. It just has a lot of processing to it. Like I said, lo-fi is, you don't have to be super complex with it. Keep it fucking simple, man. Just keep it simple and, you know, just fuck the sounds up completely. Just go ham with the processing. That's what really gives it that vibe and that lo-fi sound. So hope you guys enjoy it. And that's my beat breakdown right there. I don't know what to say. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy like always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.